No, good afternoon. Wishing the day away there. So, I'm going to jump into the Figo Challenge final. The irony somewhat being here that, well, I already have Luis Figo. I done one spin. I've not played a great deal of the game over the last couple of days, just on account of the fact, just the way the first victory of the day bonuses and that are being dished out. So I'd just been kind of trying to hoard some GP, but I took a wee spin on the agent once Figo and the Maradona special agent were announced. Thought, right, I'll spin just for the sake of, maybe grab a wee gold ball player or something, and hey, I ended up with Luis Figo, so I ain't complaining. Luis Figo then. Let's see what he's all about. So, registered right wing forward, but can play either side or on the midfield. Obviously has some attacking chops, shall we say, but his dribbling is very strong as well, even at this well, he's got another 17 levels to go through, so God knows how strong I could eventually make him. He is a costly player, just like all these legends are. Ball control, dribbling, place kicking, kicking power, explosive power. Big key stats from there, and of course his low pass and lofted pass is pretty much on point as well. I would also have to say swerve is sweet. Decent stamina, good form, but hey, look at those player skills. So Marseille turn, sombrero, cut behind and turn. So he's got the skills, man. He's got the dribblings. First time shot capability, one touch pass capability, which is always good. Wasted pass is also a good asset to have in a midfielder or creative type. Pinpoint crossing for a winger, and indeed anyone who operates on a flank in this game, is a fucking awesome skill to be having in a player. Outside curler, people have their own take on this. I think outside curler is really quite important because it's really good for crosses. I also think it helps with just players' swerve capabilities as well, and of course captaincy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in and play this final. If I win the final, I get a level 1 spin, not expecting anything from it. If I landed a level 1 Maradona, I'd be fucking delighted, quite honestly, as odd as that might sound, because well, it seems as though the only it seems as though the only way I'm going to get that Maradona currently, as it looks at the moment, is if I don't land him in this agent. I'd done that whole stream shenanigans thing that could give me the chance of getting that specific player scout that would trim the pool down and maybe landing him via another scout as opposed to agent. However, it's like I say, my belief is that come World Cup time we're going to see a lot in the way of legend campaigns that might even be guaranteed legends and stuff. But I think that's missing an open goal if they don't do that. See, even if it's just a case of trying to get people to go onto my club just to spin that agent, and then they can do their exports into Master League and that for offline players, just make them available, Konami. You really need to do this. I've not played I have actually played I've played 8 games with Figo. Some of it's been bit part because he's not been on form or whatever, but he has scored in his debut, scored in his second match as well. He's still to link up properly with the team, so therefore I'm not seeing the best of him yet, but I don't mind that. It just takes a bit of time for players to bed in and stuff. So if you excuse me, I am going to get this whole stream shenanigans linked up in places. So, where are you? Bloody link. I should probably start with some tunes, eh? So I'm going to put on it's not going to play all out because it's 2 hours long. I don't plan to be streaming for 2 hours. I'm going to stick on, once I mute myself, I'm going to stick on a Derek May DJ set from the year 2000 from the Detroit Electronic Music Festival, and it's just fucking great. For a 2-hour set, I love how it starts. There's a fucking amazing bit in the middle of the set, and then at the end, he actually does what he did at the start of a performance I've seen him do at Glasgow Art School. He actually plays Batucada, Por Favor, in a kind of final segment, and it's fucking awesome. Just a brilliant Batucada tune that I would not have heard of probably had it not been for Derek May. Although, of course, I can't rule out what the internet might have done. But let's just say he had me try to track that tune down for years after I first heard it, and it did take years to actually find it. So, righty, link is up one place. I'll just measure this with my phone, I think.
Vision was for this festival, and this was his dream too. And I'd like to introduce to you Derek May.
Rhythm. Grace. Soul. Rhythm. And spirit. Love. Tenderness.
Any quietness here, it's just where I do things.
Love. Tenderness. Rhythm. Grace. 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 Soul and spirit. Love. Tenderness. Rhythm. Grace. Soul. And spirit. Love. Tenderness. Rhythm. Grace.
2 secs, folks, somebody's sending a message here. Just want to do the old acknowledgement. A bit of James Brown bringing it in first. What a start to a DJ set, man. I fucking love it. It gets better. I want the big payout. Give me Maradona. That's a Theo Parrish track coming in just with the wee scratches there. Hey, a big man there, big Figo. Now Barcelona and top player in these Wecon Challenge Cups can be a right pain in the ass. Right, Maradona's on form, so I'm going to try a wee little enlarge here. Now Pitania's concerning me a little bit. Just a couple of opportunities I had him in online matches, and it's just like, you know, I really need to level this guy up if I want to start seeing some finishing from him, because he doesn't have any skills. He just has his target man playing style. So I think he really needs to I need to really boost him up in the skills. However, his general play is good, or can be very good. Tiki-taka is probably the right way to go. Defensive on Cardilla and wing back. So yep, defensive minded all the way. Right, let's do it. Controller's been feeling a bit weird of late. I think it's ready just to put this all apart on me, if I'm being honest with you.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today? It has to be the one and only Luis Suarez. His unique style of turning back into defenders instead of away from them is tremendously effective. You throw in a fiery character in the
Let's Figo off on one already. The exchange here with Diego. Perfect find. Get Pitania in there. Yes! And as well, he might give Figo the kudos.
And how about that for a volley? Executed to perfection.
Satisfying.
Great thinking.
Pleasing.
Wonderful improvisation. He had to reshape
As
quickly
pleasing
to
as
make
this.
the perfect connection.
Mix. So actually coming up next is a Glasgow DJ tune by DJ Q, is it? And the name of it's totally escaped me. I've got it on a list somewhere. Shit, how can I forget the name of this tune?
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0. Yeah, this is also a chance to see what happens to their level of concentration from here.
Oh, I love this mix. I do.
Suarez in through. Jordi Alba lifting off the ball.
Tender hooks it's called. DJ Q.
He's got rid of that.
Can I get that, what do you call it? Daft Punk.
Maradona.
Revolution 909. Fight it.
Break.
Oh, I had the button pressed forward there. That was a bit of a pain in the buttock. So I've got, as you can see with Khedira set as defensive, he just kind of hangs back a little bit in front of that back four. It's kind of handy online, I think, for just keeping some shape defensively. Maybe even keeping yourself in games. You know, you might concede the ground, but you're keeping it tight in that final third. Or you can do. Trying something silly there. Right, Carvajal cross. Figo.
Harmlessly behind. Yeah, but the two that closed them down merit the praise of a job well done. Very hard to get it right, Leslie. Yeah, that's true. But is that how you're seeing it? No, I think they've decided to concentrate on working the flanks to help.
So I'm really hoping this.
It's where the room is. Chance to break.
Oh, straightforward enough with the VCOM final. Oh, it's so good to have Sal back in the squad, man, do you know that? Got him in a nice contract, sorted it. You see when they get to that matches remaining 1 in GPs though, you're like, I don't want to play him because if it just becomes another exclamation mark in my list, another problem to be solved. But just with the La Liga challenge coming and then just getting some good GP hauls and the whole first victory of the day and just working away at it a little bit before that campaign was released, it just got me in a decent position. But that is annoying. Oh, dealt with it well. Come on, Figo. You have a
He'll have a dip. He's done very well to get to that.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Oh, Bob. That's a weird one. Sorry, folks. Glitch out in my controller there. That'll do. So, mistake leads to goal, another goal for Pitania, I'm happy about that. It's kind of weird actually. Diego looked a bit big there in that cutscene. I think Pitania's 1.91 centimetres and Diego's 163, 164.
Second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moves. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal.
I got Mr. Flaming G-Man.
Who's going to get that? The intervention was very necessary. And the counter is on. Jordi Alba into the right position.
The thing I like about this DJ set is it's actually a bit rougher in the edges in parts. He's playing in front of a massive crowd in Detroit. Actually looks fucking brilliant, to be fair. There's just wee errors and stuff, but that's the thing. Derek May, I mean that was 2000. If you watch it, it's just him rattling through records, his collection, and digging stuff out, and it just seems all very kind of impulsive, instinctive in the moment, not totally thought out or just as it comes to him. There's nothing, particularly exceptional about that if you consider DJs, if you like, but it's just, I don't know, just really do like that set. Gets a bit of Jeff Mills and all that in there later as well. Oh Christ. Well, 2-0 at half time, got to be happy.
Review the first half. It's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength? It has been a remarkable contest.
Well, it feels comfortable, but Messi's on the bench, as he was actually. He was actually last week for the league game, so they say they've just replicated the lineup for that particular match against Sevilla, which they scraped a 2-2 draw. Now, there is temptation to pull off Carvajal here and bring on Metza. I think I'll leave that now. I think other changes I would look to make if it gets particularly comfortable is get Cadero off and get Pizarro on for a bit more levelling. and I should probably try and see if I can squeeze Danny Ceballos on as well, or indeed Zaza.
The second half gets underway.
Diego in the mid to nick him quite quickly on.
Going through.
He's- There we go. Wonderful hair on Diego.
Pulling clear here.
And as soon as they made that error in midfield, they didn't have time to react before the ball hit the net. Very much a lesson learned.
It's Lil Louis tunes coming in. Pro Evolution Soccer and techno music are actually a fantastic mix. So needless to say, this will not be a particularly long stream. Certainly would have to curb it
This is becoming a stroll.
with the Manchester Derby coming on.
Make sure that won't get
So I might watch that. I think that could be, it could be an amusing match. But, you know, it could be a bit in the way of black comedy there, shall we say. Especially see if City just run riot on them. Which is no guarantee, because after watching City's performance against Liverpool,
Good position to get behind the ball and
there, that has to be, I mean, you need the personnel ultimately, and also the fact of the matter is Manchester City are shit hot. But you would think, oh Christ, you'd think teams that have maybe got, certainly should have that personnel available, and it's about just trying to get either the style down or tactics down. They must look at that performance from Liverpool. There are so many contributing factors, I think, as to why Liverpool steamrolled them like they did. But there must be managers and stuff must be looking at and thinking, right, because I'll be honest with you, City looked an absolute disaster at the back. Irony in the airplane, John Stones wasn't playing. That's another conversation entirely, but they looked really poor at the back. That first goal, I think the comment I made was that it just looked like, instead of just dealing with danger, it looked as though the positional sense, you know, the awareness of the, you know, from Fernandinho, for example. I mean, Walker balls it up, but then Fernandinho, just the way defenders went into position, it didn't seem to react to the ball. You need to be reacting to the ball when it's that close to goal. But it's as if they were setting up to get ready for a wee rondo exchange. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no. That needs to get to touch. And that's how they lost the goal. Second one was a cracking strike by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, that's a weird one. There's a forum I go on, had some football discussion, and there's a guy who works in the game. I was almost trying to suggest that nobody in that forum could hit the ball that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain could. And I've watched it again, it's like, do you know what, it isn't even that far out. He's got time to hit it, apart bar I think the screening challenge for Company, and I don't know who was coming into slides, but that is that's the dream position for any player of any skill set to find themselves in with an opportunity to shoot at goal. I don't know, I just think some people have football players doing as fucking wonder athletes at times, and look a little bit and kind of, hold up a little bit too much of what they do as being beyond mere mortals, and it's just not the fact. It's simply not the fact.
Luis Suarez towards the flank.
And I don't know, I mean, I'm from a slightly older generation, I'm not saying I'm better at football or know more about football. It's not really about that. I just don't know if see guys around my age, we just played more of it. Because there's fuck all else to do. Certainly in North Lanarkshire. There's one thing North Lanarkshire was good for back in the 70s and 80s. It was having lots of bits of spare ground and loads of kids running about. And I remember my first, I've actually still got some memories of my first day of primary school. And, initially playing football in primary school. And I remember it very distinctly because I'd moved to where my folk, we'd moved to where we moved to and where I was going to go to school. Maybe no more than less than a year prior. And I remember very distinctly, and I'm talking about as a 4-year-old, whole bunches going outside and playing fucking 11-a-sides and all sorts at 4, because there was less in the way of what there is now, what you could probably call as the social awareness. So I think these days parents don't really like their kids wandering about, for example. Whereas in my generation, especially summer holidays, your parents were like that, get fucking out. Do you know what I mean? And there was an element of trust there, and so much that, and in doing so, there was a whole bunch of other kids running about anyway. So there was less, I don't know, it just seemed a different time. It was a different time. It just seemed that wee things like that just made it feel like a different world as well to what it is now. And like I say, the amount of football, and I can say this about a lot of folk who I grew up with, the amount of football that we played as kids was just staggering. And that goes for I dare say even for generations before mine, it might even proved even more. But I know for a fact, certainly like I say, before I was even in primary school, I was out running about playing in bloody football matches and stuff with another 20 odd folk, sometimes more. Some of them a lot bigger than you, and you just had to run about and just deal with it and get on with it. And I think that, so when I see somebody try to say that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's strike is fucking beyond anyone within that discussion we're having, I'm like, that is fucking absurd. What an absurd claim. And that's not me saying, oh, by the way, see guys that went and ran about and played football for a wee bit all their lives from my generation, we're just as good as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. No. There's obviously a reason Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is playing in a Champions League quarter-final. I happen to think he is a player who's starting, I don't know, it's very, I appreciate this is coming from a Scotsman, alright, but he's a player who is impressing me with how he's slotted into that Liverpool team. If I was to think about another former Liverpool player who has had me change my mind about them, Sterling's another one. But yeah, that's just a general comment on how I don't think a lot of what these players do is the reserve of fucking super athletes. Just seems a bit of an absurd claim. So a 2-0 victory, 3-0 victory, I beg your pardon. Titania there, and there's the outside curler. Cross from Figo into big Andrea. And stick away. Time to skip this forward to put that tune on. Yep. It wasn't too evident in this match, but Australia's advanced shooting, and I swear I'm getting some movement on the ball. Different kinds of movements on the ball. I'm beginning to feel an impression that, certainly in my club, form plays an issue in the online side of it, as it does with, the players in your squad, but also it can turn the screw on you a wee bit as well. But I swear that, see, because my club is an online entity, if you like, the live updates I swear that the live updates and even maybe these, you know, maintenance updates and stuff are a method in which they can come in and make what they would certainly, I dare say, hope to be improvements, enhancements and adjustments to the gameplay. You'll see, you know, I've been playing this game for what, 8 months now, and there are corner techniques that did work, that don't work, that although still work, do not work with the same frequency and effectiveness. Certain free kick types get nerfed a wee bit, and that's set pieces, but I'm seeing it sometimes with shooting, I'm seeing it sometimes with how dribbling can feel, how passing can feel. It just seems as though it can feel as though the game changes up a little bit with each, you know, with the weekly updates and schedule ones. It's not always for the better. I think there's things that they try and, you know, boost the levels up on that doesn't quite work. So there we have it. Reasonably even game. Not enough in the way of fouls. Just like I say, I'm happy that Britannia's got on the score sheet there. Still a fair bit to go before another levelling. So 2,420, some ball winning scoutage. And a spin, folks. So I think that's going to be the best way to wrap up the streaming, honestly. In all honesty, we'll go in and we'll spin this little doozy. No construction. Never conceded a goal in 4 games, that'll do nicely. So, this track escapes me and it's about to come on. In fact, I don't know the name of it. It's fucking brilliant, but actually, as in the video of this, he's got a bongo player up. I think it's a guy for one of the guys for the last poets, is it? Right, so we're just going to straight in and spin the odd agent. Who am I going to get? My money is on silver, a silver La Liga player. That's what I think I'm going to get. Well, I was right on the colour. All the types are. A Brazilian prolific winger. What an absolute... I have absolutely zero use for a player like that. Zero. As you can see, he's registered positions attacking midfielder, but he's got no kind of secondary positions that he, you know, he's kind of deemed to be proficient in with his skill set, or has been known to play or whatever. It's just all these kind of, yeah, bunch of secondaries that are very much secondary. So the way I see it is, I stick him in any other position apart from attacking midfield, I'm going to see a huge drop. Straight to trainer. Oh well, that was all very disappointing. I do need trainers and stuff though, I just need to be levelling up some guys. I actually would have probably well in excess of 75,000 GP, but I bought player slots, and I've got 6 free. Now, a wee browse at the manager list here. I wonder if that guy's still there. He's not. There was another 5 at the back manager that came out. Coleman got taken away before I could buy him. And there was another guy, I think it's just one of Pez's made up managers. And he was kind of one of the cheaper options, but he was 5-2-1-2. So it was 5 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders that I dare say could turn into centre midfielders if you wanted, an attacking midfielder, a support striker and a centre forward. I just thought, do you know what, that would be, as a primary formation, no. You know what I mean, it'd be nice and cheap, but I think things like leadership and adaptability and certainly his management skills would mean that most of the squads I'm kind of looking to play with, I wouldn't be able to use him as the primary manager, but I could certainly use him as an assistant coach, like in the defensive, certainly in a defensive alternate formation, but he's not on the list. " 4-2-3-1 is actually kind of catching my eye a little bit, and I do have one, but no, I don't. I have a 4-3-2-1, which is a really weird formation. I just can't get working. And certainly the manager I've got, his 4-3-2-1 just seems odd to me. So let's have a look at training here. Let's pick any player at random. I'm not going to do anything with them, but right, so I've got one trainer, got a few for scout spins. I should have just checked this. I think I used them all last night. I did. So there's the other guy I got from the online Challenge Cup victory, the first one. You get the agent. Gary Alvarez, centre back. Not even checked him in PES-GB. I think given his starting point, he probably does level up quite handily maybe. He's quite young, but I'm just holding on to him now just while I kind of try and do this kind of GP hold, just another centre back I can chuck in and playing against matches against regular. And I suppose I could have done that with that guy Nikal, but like I say, he's just not got any, he just doesn't register in any position that my formation uses, so there's just no point. He just sits there and they'll do nothing with him. As for other signings I've managed to acquire since previously streaming, well, Ederson Moraes, Sergio Rico, Nacho, I think, was he there last time? No. Rugani, Gary Alvarez, Zukanovic, who I done through scouts because he's got defensive fullback playing style, left-footed, knuckle shot and stuff. So figure, aye, go for that. Won't ever be the fastest, but you know, when it comes to defensive fullback, that playing style means you don't really need the pace that much. Certainly in my experience, that could change if I go higher up. Anyone else? Carvajal was acquired. Danny Ceballos. Luis Figo. Bernadeschi. He's good. I like Bernadeschi. It's a really weird picture though. See, because I think they have to grey out kits and stuff for teams they don't have licensed, and it looks like he's wearing some kind of Star Wars Imperial type fucking outfit. He does, he looks like he's a fucking... he looks, I don't know. He looks a bit fucking dangerous. A kind of Nazi vibe off him there actually. Fucking SS poster boy. Too nice. I have to drop him because of that. So that's that. So we'll wrap up the stream there. That was alright, just quick, like I say, just wanted to get in there, try and get that cleared, get a spin, was hoping for better, never got it, at least get a trainer, I'll chuck him on, someone, and I might well come back on tonight after the Manchester derby, but I'm going to have a wee check in the fixtures elsewhere around Europe, see if there's anything that kind of tickles my fancy. Although I do have the BT app on my phone, so if there's anything on BT Sports I could just stick it on that way. So we'll wrap up there, folks. Thanks for tuning in, all who did.